Hi everybody, it's Kim Wilson and welcome to our February card class. It's been another month, and when I put the PDFs up in our group this morning, I noticed that this is the 35th card class that I've done. So that's over 100 cards. Wow. So they're all in our private group and they're under the guides section. And this is guide number 35 for February 2023. Hey, and if you're watching this from YouTube and you don't have a demonstrator, just contact me and I'll make sure to get you into the group. My card classes, the videos and PDFs are free for my customers and team members. And I do sell the kits for the classes. And of course, I appreciate any orders at my website, kwstamps.stampinup.net. I thought it would be kind of fun this month if we did our 3 cards on the 3 different free celebration papers that are in the Cute Celebration brochure, since it's almost over at the end of February here. And so the first one we're going to do is the Day at the Farm Designer Series paper, and that coordinates with the On the Farm stamp set and bundle, which is really cute with all the cute little farm animals and the little dies. And there's a bunch of little dies, tiny little dies. They're kind of standalone dies as well, which are really fun to play with. So we're just going to do kind of an easy card, but it is a fun fold. It doesn't look like a fun fold card, but it's kind of I call it a secret panel card or something like that, just because when you open it up, you can see that it is a fun fold. It's got just that panel right on that side, and then your greeting is going to go on the inside of what you thought was just a panel sitting on top of that card. So this is our fun fold for today. I'll get my kit out and ready to go, and all my pieces here. And I'm using the big bold patterns that were on a couple of the pages, so that if you do have a kit, your piece might be a little different, because they all went together to make a big 12 by 12 picture of these bright, bold colors. And some of them will have animals, and some of them will have barns and windmills and all sorts of fun things. So let's get started. I cut everybody's and scored the cards in the kit, but the measurements are all on the PDF. But it's a really simple fold. You basically have a half a sheet of cardstock, and then you're scoring it in half, and then you're cutting off half of the front piece, so that you've got that little flap is gone. And here it is, because you're going to use it. So there's that flap from the front. So what you're going to do is take that flap, and it's going to be flipped this direction. So first, we're going to get our Designer Series paper on and all of our little pieces together. So let's start with the back piece, I guess. That'll be easy. Get my glue here and get started with that and put this card together. The bold patterns on the front kind of contrast with these little kind of more soft patterns on the back, so it makes a nice contrast. So that piece of Designer Series paper will go on the inside, and then this piece of paper will go on the outside, like that. And then, as I mentioned, this, and I want to make sure I'm doing it right here, because I make my my designs like a month ahead of time. Well, if I have time, I make them a month ahead of time. Okay, so that piece is going to go on the front there, and then this piece right there. But I always do my stamping first, just because, you know, if you mess up, you can always turn the paper over. So let's get this stamped. I stamped Today is a Good Day from that set on the farm, and then on the inside, thinking happy thoughts of you. But it would be just as good the other way around, so I might do it the other way this time. And if you have a kit, you might have a different animal other than a cow, because the dies actually cut out one of the sheets, has cows, pigs, and sheep. So you might have one of those animals. And so just kind of lay it there to get an idea of where you want to stamp your sentiment. So I'm going to do thinking happy thoughts of you on the outside. That looks good. And then start putting it together. So put that panel onto the black piece that we cut off. And then our cow we're going to stick on with Stampin' Dimensionals, which hopefully I have sitting around here someplace. Yes, here they are. So I'll put a couple of those. I have my mini ones this time because this little tiny flower is actually one of the die cuts from the paper that I thought was so cute, and he needs a mini, so stick a little mini on him. And I'm gonna grab my pick tool, which is where? Right there. Help me get off these dimensional tops because they're kind of hard to pick off. They're so little. Okay, those are ready to go. So I'll put my cow on this front panel, and then he will be ready to go. And then we're going to be very careful now just to put glue on the bottom half of this panel because we don't want it to stick where it's not supposed to. In fact, if you're using a tape runner, it's probably a little bit easier because you don't have to wait for it to firm up. Okay, that looks good. All right, then on this inside, we've got another piece the same exact size. And this time we're going to do the flower and the other sentiment. So we're going to do "This is a good day" in the center, and then you can do your signature below, and then just put that little flower on the top. Today is a good day. Okay, and that card's done. So simple. But it's really fun for the person opening it because it's very different, and they can just set it up like that or like this and display it and just enjoy it. I did want to show you another one that I did with one of the other sheets of that paper, and this one I did all stamping. So I've got a little chicken, and if you notice, he's missing his head because I did not use my Stamparatus and did not stamp that very well, but oh well. And then just played around with some of those fun little patterns. There's grass, there's hills, farm and a silo, and so lots of fun things to play with if you wanted to do the stamping. When I do the kits, I include some paper images because we're not allowed to sell kits with stamped images, so you can just add your own sentiments or use the ones if you have the set. Whatever works for you is great. I want to make it convenient and easy for everybody and hope you have a good experience and a fun time stamping. So I guess that's it for the first card, and I will be back in just a minute with card number 2.